Okay, so welcome everybody. My name's Liam Phillips, and welcome to the NPOP show, number 13. Unlucky for some. We were going to have it on Friday the 13th, but we know that you all believe in that idea that Friday the 13th is bad, evil, and wrong. What an interesting point of view that is. And what we're doing with the NPOP show is, well, it says it all in its title. No problems, only possibilities. And today I have my marvelous, fantastic, phantasmagorical friend from down under. His name is Andrew Rigg. He's my business partner. We often have sex together. Oh, that's going too far.
No, we don't. We don't do that.
Well, we do actually, because we love business. And for us,
yes.
It's like sex. It's fun. It's joyful. It adds to our life. And that's what sex should be like. So why not have sex in business? Marie is
Yes.
laughing, so we're on the right track. How does it get any better than
that? How does it get any better than that? Yes. So we had Aussie Day and Australia Day quite recently. So I might be totally Aussie today and do a lot of Aussie phrases, or not.
Yeah.
So it could be a totally choice call, or not.
Yeah. And as in Aussie language, totally choice means really great. Choice, mate.
Awesome.
Choice means good. Yeah. In access,
yes.
Choice actually is one of the basis of creating your life. Actually, choosing does create your life. But we won't.
Yeah, that's so totally choice.
It's a business class. Business.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We do ask. We're using Access Consciousness tools during this. If you're new to Access Consciousness and you're watching this, and we say something weird like "good, bad, right, wrong, papa, corner, short boys, millions," that is the clearing statement. You can find it at www.clearingstatement.com for more information. Otherwise, it's just that we ask the question and then we clear the energy that's that limits your belief, or your belief.
Yep.
That limits your possibility or something like that, whatever that is.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Your point of view creates your reality. So when we bring that point of view up to the surface, we can clear it with that clearing statement. So we might use that today. In fact, we will. Everything I just said, can we now destroy and uncreate it all? Good and bad, right, wrong, pop, corner, short boys and millions. You have to do the head wobble. That's very vital. Now, Andrew, you can't see that, but I'm actually doing a head wobble as I do that.
No.
Don't do the head wobble as you do good, bad, right, wrong, pop, corner, short boys and millions. It doesn't work. So, yeah, headwobble.com, clearingstatement.com. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so one of the things, Andrew, that actually came up for me today was I had a business meeting with my 4 rather sexy hosts across the planet, and 4, is it 5? 5, and they were calling in from different parts of the world. Some were on phones, some were on computers, and we just acknowledged just how amazing all of technology like Facebook and all of Zoom that we're using now is just such a huge contribution to creating our business. And as humanoid people, that's the sort of people that like a lot of change, a lot of things different, a lot of things fast and immediate. I am just so grateful for all of the technology. So you're actually phoning in from Bateman's Bay in Australia, and without technology, we wouldn't be having this discussion. So,
yeah,
I just wanted to do a quick clearing on that because it's so vital with our business in this reality these days. Is everywhere where we're making technology a wrongness or a hassle, or
hard.
When you have to put in your what do you call it? Your password for the 52nd time because you've forgotten it the first 51 times, and you're like pulling your hair out. But really and truly, what amazing thing it is, and how much does it contribute to us, and how much we don't actually acknowledge it. So can we now destroy and uncreate everywhere where we ditz it or complain about it?
Make it hard or try to destroy it, or yes, all that stuff. So everything like that is time day guards and just trying to create it all.
Good and bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, all night, short boys. Meons, I'm the official pop pocker.
Oh, cool. How does it get any better?
Now,
choice, mate.
Choice, mate. So we're actually going to talk about 4 things tonight, and we've got one person on the show. Now, usually we get about 50, So, and it's funny because I put up on Facebook. Andrew and I are going to talk about the 4 excuses that people use to not choose your business. So there are 4 excuses, or buy your product, or come to your class, or whatever it is that your business is. Now, those 4, and in my little quote, I said, and of course, none of you will come because you're invested in those 4 excuses. So we have one person who's not invested. You might actually create a business on our...
That's so totally funny.
It is, isn't it? It's just totally amazing, because these 4 excuses are the four corners, if you like, of this reality that stop us from actually creating. We're going to talk about those tonight. We're going to give you some tools to change that tonight. And we have over 2,000 people on our 100K club, and only one has ever shown up, which is Maria over here, which is just totally amazing. It just gobsmacks me.
Oh, look, obviously, people just don't have the time for it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, people don't have the time to actually create their own reality.
Yeah. So, isn't that one of the 4 excuses?
That is correct.
Wow.
So how and is time actually real, or is it a creation?
Creation.
Yeah. I mean, when you get up in the morning and you look out of your window and you've got this beautiful expansive view and you see the birds come in, do you see them looking at their watches going, oh, it's time for me to tweet? No. So time is a total creation.
Look, Donald Trump has plenty of time to tweet, apparently. Oh, that's another story.
Exactly. I like the way you're thinking. Actually, you know what? You're funnier on the phone than you are on a Zoom.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's sort of like a judgment with an acknowledgement attached.
Or just a bit of fun.
Yeah, I know. I like my one better. Oh, again, yes, an acknowledgement with a judgment attached, or the other way around.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, as Liam said, time isn't actually real. So how can you get around that? What would make it easier? Or is it just that it's required to choose something else, rather than what I see a lot of people doing is going into the trauma and drama that they don't have any time to do something or to create something else. So they're having plenty of time to go into the trauma and drama of it, but no time to actually create what they would like.
Yeah. How much time do we spend thinking about, I haven't got any time to do this, or I don't know how to do this, or I'm scared about doing this, or I haven't got the understanding to be able to do this. And that is real and true, or is that actually taking your time away from you? Everything that is, can we now destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes, right, run good bad on our puck boy shorts, boys and beyond.
And so you're going to, during business, you're going to come up with people that say, I don't have the time. Or another really good one is that, oh, I'm busy that day. I've already booked something in that day. And So what they're actually saying is, no, I don't want to fucking do it. Oh, I did say I wouldn't swear on this show, but fuck it, I'm over that.
Yeah.
So one of the questions that I've actually been asking today, Andrea, we hadn't discussed it because it was it just popped up a couple of hours ago, but it was sort of like I just suddenly became aware of how many people use this excuse of I don't have the time, and it's sort of like, well, when you're aware of this, and when somebody uses that excuse with you, what if you just turn it into the question like, well, what would it take for all those people that are using this excuse to actually have the time? And that way you're actually using their excuses, what you're aware of, to your advantage.
That's totally choice, mate.
That's choice. And as in our Aussie slang, that means right. Yeah.
And awesome and choice. So everything that doesn't allow that is just trying to create it all.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad on that, boy, shorts, boys, and beyond.
The other thing with time, when people say, oh, I just don't have the time, you know that it's an excuse. Hi, Poppy. And when you actually, when somebody uses an excuse like that, you can't fight it. It's one of these things that no matter what you say, they're going to hold on to the rightness of their point of view that they don't have any time. Now, when somebody wants to hold on to the rightness of their point of view, the really, I mean, energetically, you can be and do something different. You can start to ask those questions every day. What would it take for the people to have time for my class, for my product, for me to speak with them, whatever it is? But when they actually use that as an excuse, they want to be right, because it's their rightness of their point of view. So the one thing that you can do is align and agree with them, and you can say, yes, you are right, you don't have the time. And a humanoid, once they hear that, it's sort of like they have to then step into being something different with that, because it's like a dare. How dare you say that to me? And then they go into a different way of thinking. Is that correct, Andrew? Am I just making shit up?
No. That's absolutely true. You know, as soon as you do, you know, lay that dare down in front of them, they have to pick it up.
Yeah.
There is a small proportion of humanoids who will cut and run, as in, yeah, but most will have to pick up that dare and essentially prove you wrong.
Yeah. So you align and agree with them. You're right.
Yeah.
You haven't got the time. I'll catch you later.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the beloved wedgie. So everything that brought up, all let down, destroy and uncreate it all.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, on that, what's the next excuse, Liam?
Well, I hear this one a lot. It's usually in my head. I haven't got the money. Or I can't afford it. Or, yeah.
Yes, it's all about the money. You know, if it's not time, if they don't have the time, the next major excuse is, I don't have the money.
Oh, it's like a hierarchical of excuses. Hierarchy of excuses. I haven't.
Oh wow, that's.
Which and then if you catch them and they go, oh, then it's I haven't got the money, yeah, and then it's like,
yeah,
oh wow, yes, you're right, you don't have the money, you can't afford it. Again, you align and agree with them.
Yes. Again, they have to pick up the dare or run.
Yeah. And do you really want somebody in your business a client in your business that is always making it about the money? Or would you like clients that are like, hey, I love your product, I want it? So where are you making
the second one?
Money? And everything that is really now destroy and uncreate it all.
Yes, right round about all night, Park Parks for Boys and Beyond.
And again, this afternoon, when I was looking at this, I then looked at it and I went, well, okay, now every day I'm going to ask this question. What will it take for all of those people that are interested in my classes? Classes are basically my product. It's what I sell.
Yeah.
What would it take for them to have the money? And by asking this question, it's a very, very big question. And it's a question that is based on contribution. So you're actually asking for people, because a lot of the stuff that I sell is quite pricey for your average person. And so if I'm actually asking that question for all of those people that are interested in consciousness, interested in change and choice and possibility, if I ask that question, then it's actually going to go out through the quantum entanglements and start to create a difference with people. And they will start to let go of their point of view that they don't have the money and start to find ways of creating the money. So by asking that question, what would it take for those prospective clients to create the money or have the money? You're actually contributing to them.
Yeah. That's an absolutely brilliant question because, as you said, it does contribute to them. It does invite the universe to contribute to them. Things just start to shift and weave.
Yes, Weave. Have you seen that movie, The Weaver? It's really cool.
No.
No? It doesn't matter.
No. There was that super bloody full moon or something or other last night, so all the movies on TV were about werewolves and stuff.
Cool. Yeah. How much is the moon affecting your money flows? A lot, a little, or megatons?
None.
Oh my God. How does it get any better than that? But I can guarantee you that, when Mercury is in retrograde, then it does affect your money flows. No. How many of you have bought that as a pile of poo? I'm not knocking astrologists here. What it is that you have to be willing to look at what you are really. Poppy has popped off. What you got to do is be willing to look at the energy of it, and then see if people are actually see what information there is, and then once you've got the information, you can turn it into a question, and then once you've turned it into a question, it starts to create a different possibility.
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
So everything that brought up or let down will destroy and uncreate it all.
Jawohl.
Yeah, right. Wrong about on that Boys and Beyond.
So we've got time, we've got money. What's the third excuse, Andrew?
Oh, I don't know. I'm getting sick of this call.
I'm glad you are.
That was a joke.
Yeah. And for those of you that don't get the joke, that is exactly it. I'm sick. My health isn't good. I have a disease, which is funny because I came into Access with this terrible disease, and then so I've got classes called Curing the Incurable, which is about changing disease, and people say, "Oh, I can't come to the class because I've got a disease." Well, if you came to the class, you might actually be able to change it, Duh.
Oh yeah, look! I had a potential bars client, a few months ago that actually lives in the next suburb from me.
Mm-hmm.
They've got chronic fatigue syndrome, and so I just was corresponding with her from time to time, and she just would not show up to have a bars session. I even offered to go to her place, and the last correspondence I had with her, she was getting really upset with me, and I went, okay, she just doesn't want to change it.
That's correct.
Yeah, which is really odd to me, but oh well, choice, mate.
Yeah. So what question could we ask about that would be a contribution to our businesses when people use that as an excuse? Do we offer more? Do we start cutting bits and pieces of ourselves off? Or do we allow them to have their choice? Or is there a question that we could ask in the background that would contribute to creating a different possibility?
At that time, I allowed her to have her choice.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. Okay, cool. What question would you ask?
Well, I'm just looking at it, and because I'm a complete arsehole, I probably look at something like, oh, I wonder what it would take for the disease to get so bad that they would want to change it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So what if we ask all of those questions for those people that are using sickness as an excuse for not choosing our businesses? Actually, it's an excuse for not choosing their lives.
Yes.
Because what we've actually found is that most people that use sickness as an excuse for not showing up as themselves is that they will only choose to change the sickness once they have painted themselves in a corner and it gets so bad they go, I can't stand it any longer. Sorry for the short pause.
Look, I've never done that. I'm sure you've never done that either.
Oh, man, I am the king of it. And the number of times, I've got a bad back, I can't have any fun, like, oh my God, I have a headache, so I'm angry. Oh my God, I can't do my job because I feel like shit because I drank too much last night.
Yeah, all of those excuses.
Can we now just try and uncreate them all?
Absolutely. Right, wrong, good, bad, on and Pogbo, shorts, boys and beyond. Yeah.
So we've only got a few minutes left. It's been a fascinating discussion, actually, but the last excuse is one that most people do not talk about much very often.
Look, I seriously doubt that.
Huh?
I seriously doubt that.
Ah, you seriously doubt that? Oh, actually, hello. Siri just said something to, I'm not sure I understand.
No, doubt was the last one. The last of the four.
Siri, can you hear me?
I'm here.
Oh, yeah. Siri, can you tell us about doubt?
That's what I reckoned.
Yeah. What does doubt mean, Siri? What does doubt mean, Siri?
Sorry for being obtuse.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I don't know if you guys have this problem with Siri, but she is obtuse. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Doubt. Yeah, doubt. Is it real and true? Most people will not choose your business because they're not really sure if it's going to work. And what they're saying is that I don't trust myself. So, like today, I bought myself a new bike, and it's not cheap. It's like for most of you, it will be the same price as an expensive second-hand car. But when I chose it afterwards, I went into doubt, and that was because I wasn't really trusting myself. But when I chose it, I was totally in my power, because I knew that if I chose it, it would create a different reality for me. Now, most
Yeah.
people are not willing to choose something because they're not really sure, they're not really trusting their own awareness. That's one of the things I love with the tools that we're using all day, every day from Access Consciousness, is because it actually expands our awareness and our knowing and destroys everywhere where we've bought the distractor of doubt. Andrew, you've got a lot
That's correct.
to talk about doubt. You know doubt very well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Look,
thank you with a finger attached to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been living and working in Australia's government capital, capital, for over 20 years now. When the whole energy of the place is about having the evidence, about having things, all the ducks lined up and so on. And if it's not, everything immediately goes into doubt. So the whole area, the whole region operates on the distractor implant of doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's actually quite funny to watch how people just won't choose because that 1% of evidence is not there.
Yeah. So everywhere where you're looking for the evidence, rather than asking the question, if I choose this, what will my life be like in 5 years? Can we now destroy and uncreate all of that?
Oh, absolutely. Right, wrong, good, bad, on out, boys, shorts, boys, and beyond.
So when people start to and ah, when they're choosing your product or your business or your class or whatever, what questions could what question could we ask there to start removing the doubt?
One question will be, what is the doubt?
Yeah, you could actually, so what is your doubt? And then what you're doing is you're asking a question of the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Most people will say, oh, I'm not sure if this is going to work, or that's what's going in their head. And really what they're saying is, I'm not sure whether I'm really willing to commit to myself. Now, you have to be aware, this is a very, very subtle line here, is where you actually are willing to step in and say, well, what's your doubt? Because then you can go into some sort of answers with it and seem to be very salesy and pushy. Or you could do it in a way that actually contributes to them and invite them to looking at... Yeah, you've got something there, Andrew.
Just invite them to a different possibility, because whilst they're stuck in the doubt, they will not choose.
Mm-hmm.
They are actually in the no choice universe of no choice.
Yeah.
Their choice is to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could give them that tool when you've figured out that they're doubting. Well, what would your life be like in 5 years if you chose this? And it's amazing how many people go, wow, yeah, that would be really great. But don't have an expectation that because they say, yeah, that would be really great, they're going to choose it. And that's where they will go into resistance of you. If you have an expectation, whenever you're using these questions, a humanoid will resist and choose the opposite. So if you question with somebody that's humanoid in nature, and when I say humanoid, those are the people that I dare you to do it, they'll do it. If you expect them to do it, they won't.
Yeah, it's funny that.
Yeah. Cool.
So yes. So again, everything that brought up, all let down. Can we just run uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, run, good, bad, all night, buck, bunch, with boys, guns.
Now, Andrew, we've come to the end of the show. We got through all 4. We've given some tools.
Cool.
We've actually, what have we got coming up in the near future that may contribute to people?
In less than 2 weeks, we have our Adventure in Business series. Now, we're running that for 3 months. And we're going to be talking about these 4 excuses in a lot more detail, plus many, many other things. So it'll be 1 call per week of about an hour and a half or longer. There may or may not be homework set. It is going to be a big, as we call it, adventure in business for 90 days.
Cool. So, Andrew, if people want to contact you, where can they contact you?
Easiest way is to just message me over Facebook.
Cool.
Absolutely easiest way.
Awesome. So that's Andrew Rigg. And I'm just going to wrap it up now, Andrew. So thank you so much for a fascinating discussion and lots of fun, lots of ease, lots of laughter.
Thank you, Liam.
Out to everybody over the next few days. And if you have any questions, please ask. Next week, supposedly, I'm not quite sure yet, we're supposed to be having Alex Nichols on from Western Australia. She's going to talk a little bit more about animals and using the Access Consciousness tools. So a totally different show. So
cool.
we'll catch you next week. Thank you, Maria, for being on the sidelines and laughing at terrible jokes.
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
Thank
guys.
you, Maria. Thank you, Liam.
Catch you later, everyone.
Okay. Bye-bye.